Hi team, so today we're talking carbohydrates. It's time to get into more detail about our macronutrients, to understand what they do to the body and why they are so important for our fat loss journey. We're going to start things off by talking about carbs because these guys get a really bad rap. They're treated like the bad boys of the nutrition world and it's really unfair. They are really important for a healthy lifestyle and they are vital for our fat loss journey. So what are carbs? They are the sugars, the starches and the fibre that we find in fruit, vegetables, in dairy and also in our whole grains. Why are they so important? Well, firstly and foremostly, they give us our energy. When we don't have enough carbohydrates in our diet, it is very difficult to have energy to live a really fulfilling life, and it's very difficult to exercise to a decent capacity. They're also really important for brain function. When we don't have enough carbohydrate in our diet, it can really affect our mood and our memory and also our concentration. And finally, and possibly the best reason of all, having carbohydrates in our diet helps us to metabolize body fat. You can see why they're pretty important, fellas. And so there's two types of carbohydrate. We've got the simple and we've got the complex carbs. The difference between them is how many sugars they are made up of. Complex carbs are made up of more sugars. And what this means is it means they're digested a lot slower in the body. When they're digested slower, we convert a lot less of them to fat if we're taking on too much, and they transition through the digestive system and through our colons a lot slower, which helps to keep our colons clean and keep them really healthy. A healthy digestive system is great for hormone balance, which ultimately means a great fat loss process too. So what are simple carbohydrates? We're talking fruits, we're talking white breads, white rices, also dairy. Now, we want fruit and dairy in our lives. They have so many nutritional benefits, but fruit, as an example, we process it very, very quickly, and it's a unique type of sugar called fructose that I encourage you to enjoy your fruit with a form of protein or with a form of fat. A few nuts is a really good example. It will slow down how quickly you absorb the sugars, which means that if you're taking a lot of sugar on and the body doesn't need that sugar, doesn't need to fill the muscles with energy, less will be converted into body fat. The sugar in dairy is called lactose. This is a natural sugar. Some of us struggle to process this natural sugar. Roughly in the first 100 grams of a dairy product, 5 to 8 grams of that will naturally be lactose. If you're looking at a product and it's got loads more sugar, there's a good chance there's been added sugar into that product, and I'd advise you to walk away from it. We don't need any added sugar. The very processed white refined products, white bread, pastries, cakes, white rice, they've had their whole grains stripped away, so they don't hold a lot of nutritional benefit for us, just a lot of energy. These we really need to reduce, and if we can, eliminate from the diet. So we're not eliminating carbs, but we are making options and we're making very, very conscious choices. The complex carbohydrates, these are more of our vegetables, definitely our root vegetables such as the carrots, the swede, the parsnips, potatoes, that sort of thing, and also our whole grains. These we process a lot slower and they tend to have a lot more fibre in them. Fibre is fat loss's best friend. It fills us up, and so we literally eat less, and it helps us to absorb more nutrients from our foods, and it helps keep our digestive system really healthy. So carbohydrates is all about choices. Fill your plates full of vegetables. Keep your pasta, keep your rice and keep your potatoes to the portion size of a clenched fist. The rest of your plate should be filled up with loads of salad, loads of vegetables and a nice lean protein source. Try to eliminate the simple carbohydrates that have been very heavily processed. White pasta, white bread, white rice and pastries and cakes. It doesn't mean we're never going to enjoy pastries and cakes, but I'm really encouraging you to get in the kitchen, make your own, or go to bakeries and talk to the people behind that counter who are making those products, that you know what is going into them. Single whole ingredients, our body processes very, very well. It is when they are very over-processed products and when they are full of chemicals. And the pastries, cakes and pastas that we find on the inner aisles of the supermarkets are very heavily processed and filled full of preservatives to make them last a long time. That's why they're on the inner aisles, because they can sit there for several years without starting to spoil. If you don't understand what the chemicals are in those ingredients, your body probably won't either. So I'm advising you to really steer away from them. I hope this video helps support your Honest Nutrition Guide. Enjoy your carbs, love your carbs, know why you're eating them, and I look forward to speaking to you very, very soon.